It's been a while. Hello, my beautiful noodles, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalia if you're new, and if you are new, on Mondays I do Music Monday videos. Walk into the room and I feel the stairs. You're wondering if the talent claimed is really here. Okay, this video is me telling on myself because I haven't done anything music related, music influenced, music loved or felt in God knows how long. So this is me on Monday, December 9th, forcing myself to just make a video, put it out. I have no clear plan here today except to just rant about myself. I guess it's more of a I'm supposed to be doing so many things, but then I keep saying I'm supposed to, and it's like, who's telling me that I'm supposed to do it? And it's really just me saying that I need to do these things because these are my goals. Like, this is what I want to do. I want the music to come out. I want these, what is it? Like, almost 22,000 of y'all listened to my music this year, and I have not put anything out. I have no excuse. Like, it would be different if it was like, oh, there's no demand. Nobody wants it. Like, I feel like that there was that video that's like, where is the album? We need the damn album. But like, that's me inside of my head. But I also know that there are some beautiful noodles out there who have been cursing me for the past 24, 22, 23. Dear Lord, it's been 3 years. It has been 3 years since I put out music in a nice way. So I want to put out some music next year, and I also want to figure out why I felt like I couldn't put music out for the last 3 years. So it's telling me that this little musical journey that's about to start again here is going to be about why I felt that I had to become so much better than I was already, even though I'm not saying, like, this isn't me saying the music that I've put out, I hate it, it sucks. It's just I recognize that there's a lot of growth that has to be had. And I also recognize that I was maybe not taking it as, I don't want to say I wasn't taking it as seriously, but it was just a little flippant. I think flippant is the word that I want to use. So I was just, oh, I'll get back to the music, I'll put it out. And not just music, but I've had multiple experiences in the past 3 years where I have been just shown that even though I have an idea, unfortunately, I'm not the only person with that idea. I have seen the ideas that I've thought through, conceptualized, worked through, be manifested for others because they just sat their happy selves down and did the work. I know that I got stuck in this weird mindset of I have to plan everything out, and every time I plan it out, it has to be down to the last minute detail, and if one thing can go wrong, I have to know about that one thing and plan for it. When in reality, the story of me actually starting to make music literally happened in one random day. And I'm not saying like I didn't start singing till this, but I'm saying actually taking the music that I wrote, going and recording it, and taking that idea from conception and just all the ideation and all that crap all the way to having IBSW, Itsy Bitsy Spiderweb, okay? That happened, and I don't know if I ever told this story before, but that happened because I was sitting on Tinder in the middle of an afternoon in New York, bored in the summer, and this guy goes, oh, hey, I make music, and I'm like, oh, no, he said, I have a studio, and I was like, oh, you got a studio? Oh, my gosh, like, I sing. This is me flirting, but no, he's like, okay, great, you should come over, we can record some of your music. Do you have some stuff? Yeah, I wrote the song that day. So for me to tell myself now that in order to create or in order to make all of this music or like to just make art in general, that it has to be so planned out and so perfect is so disrespectful to my past self, because Homegirl's the one that actually shoved me forward to feel confident enough to do this music stuff to begin with. So how dare I, that's what it is, how dare I tell her that what you did wasn't good enough and I have to plan to make it better. It was good enough for that moment. And I'm losing so many moments by trying to curate. There it is, Jesus. Cur. I am wasting so much time. Oh my God. I am wasting so much time trying to create the perfect moment. When the perfect moment has never been created perfectly, it was perfect because it happened when it happened. So, like, the perfect moment is not just one instance, but it's a culmination of so many things happening all at once to make that moment itself perfect. So, why am I trying to create a perfect moment where it's almost like I'm trying to recreate what? I don't know. I don't know what I feel like I'm trying to recreate, but that's the thing. I shouldn't be recreating anything. I'm creating new things. Like, I want to make new things for you guys. There is such a, I have a need for this, y'all. Like, my, ooh, and I think I'm going to cry a little. We'll leave it in. We'll leave it in. I feel so much better when I create. Like, it's like a release of pent up energy. And I'm so sure that whatever it is that I make now, guys, it's going to be so real. Like, it'll be, not that everything else I made wasn't real, but it's just, it really took me 30 years to figure out who I was as a person and how I wanted to present that person, you know? Definitely a little bit of that masking. I'm one of our fellow. I'm not in a fiscal place to be able to go get professionally diagnosed, but it's existed my whole life. That ADHD with a little bit of autism, and I know that it's become a super popular thing to do here lately to like self-diagnose, but it has actually actively affected my life in a lot of negative ways. I know that they're like, oh, it's a superpower. There are some things that suck. Some things suck. And one of those things that suck is I got into my head a lot more. But I'm grateful for that because there were a lot of things that I was blaming myself for. And not to say that it's not my fault, but I didn't realize that I had an extenuating circumstance that was making it so my beginning was not the same as everybody else's beginning. So, yes, I do have to try a little harder for some things where other people it just works. But for me, the thing that works is music. It just works. Like singing just works. Doing the lyrics, coming up with the concepts, like hearing the full song in my head before, like it just works. And I don't want to attribute that to just being like, oh, well, I figured out there's this thing that's going on with me mentally, and that's what makes me better, blah, blah, blah. No, literally not saying that. I'm just saying I recognize that all of the parts make up the whole of Kalia, the artist, and the person. And I'm just tired of trying to figure it all out before I just do it. So, you know what? I'm not even going to edit this goddamn video. That's not true. I'll cut some stuff. But I had a friend and I was telling him, hey, I think my biggest barrier of entry to music is not being able to create the sonic part, like make the actual instrumentation. I can play instruments, but the studio aspect of it is something that I hadn't learned yet, and I'm recognizing that where I am right now, I may not have the time to do that, and this is definitely something that I should, refer to other people for. And he's like, you literally never, like, I make music all the time. I have it. So what's the excuse now? And then after that, I was like, oh, well, I don't have studio. I don't have all this stuff set up. He's like, you got a mic? Yeah, I got a mic. I got a phone that you can put all these programs on, laptops, everything. So he's like, what's your excuse? And I don't have one. So you know what? Outside of that excuse, I'm just going to take his advice and just do it. Just make some music. So let's make some music.
No excuses. Like, right? Like, let's just fucking do it.